Hi there guys, welcome to my video. My name's Ray Chambers, and a while back I started making some programming videos to upload online. But one thing led to another. I managed to get the first two done, but with it being the Christmas holidays, I'm determined to get them finished. And it will also give any of your students the opportunity to actually go back and refer to the videos. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you today is how to use loops, and this refers to the OCR syllabus, and there will be different loops that I will talk to you about. But so basically, here it goes. So the first type of loop I'm going to show you is going to build on from a list that I've done before. So if I've got my list of names equals Raymond, Craig, Steph, and Jennifer. So I've got my list of names there. I might want to be able to go through that list and actually print out what is showing at that list each time. Now this is where we can use a for loop. So what I can do is for name in names, what this is going to do is it's going to select the item in names, and what I can do is I can print in brackets name. So if I run that now and press F5, it prints out each individual item. And that's a simple for loop, and basically what it's doing is each time there's a name in this list, it's going to print it out. That is what we call a for loop. Always remember the syntax here, and always remember that you are printing a single item from the list. So that's a for loop, and for loops you do tend to use more often when you are working with lists or data structures. So bear that in mind. Now the next type of loop that I'm going to show you is another for loop, but this time it's going to actually give a range. So for example, if I did for x in range, let's go for 7. And if I print out the value of x, what this is going to do is it's going to count from 0 upwards. So I will just show you this. Now, so that we don't have multiple code continuing over and over and over, I'm going to comment out code as I do it. So this will print from 0 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items, but 0 to 6, because it always assumes that we start at 0. Now, the alternative way of doing this is that you could actually print a range of numbers. So I can print between 3 and 6, and this will only print the numbers between 3 and 6. So I will comment this out again so that you can see the impact of this. I will run that. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is starting and finishing at 6. Now, the next type of loop that you can do is you can actually add another dimension to this. So what I could do is say for x in range 3 and 8, and look, it's actually giving you hints here. So you'll start, where you're going to stop, and how many steps you're going to take. So if I went up to 10, I could step by 1 each time. Okay, and print x, and you'll notice that it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I will just show you this. I will run that again. Run 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it goes up to the last item. But if you change this number here, so if I change that to 3, it will count up in threes. So let's have a look. 3, 6, 9. So you can choose how big your step is within your loop. So if you know that every odd number or every even number does something, you can actually change your programming to work with this. So that is how we use for loops. Now, the next type of loop that you will need to use is something called a while loop. Now, I'm just going to move this down a bit and move this up. Now, a while loop is basically a loop that uses conditions. So if I start by saying count equals 0, I can say while count is less than 5, so this is our condition here, while it's less than 5, print count, so it's going to print the value of it out, but then it's going to go count plus equals 1. And what that's going to do is that's going to add 1 to the value of count each time. So let's run that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And because it's saying while it's less than 5, it wants to print it out. Okay, if I started that at 1, it would still do the same thing, but it would start 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what you can do is you can actually add more conditions. I can say while less than or equal to 5. So let's run that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can change the condition within your loop here. Now, there is one more thing that I'm going to show you, and that is count equals 0. And I'm going to say while true, print count, add 1 to the value, okay? But I'm going to put a condition within my loop this time. So this time I'm going to do an if selection. So I'm going to say if count is greater than or equal to 5, I'm going to break out of that loop. So let's have a look at that running. And I've left my syntax off, so I will add that there. Semicolon, always remember those when you are doing your programming. Let's run that again. And it does exactly the same thing, except I've added a condition that breaks out of the loop. While true will basically keep looping and going round in circles until it's false. So I could say set while I could say while equals false and so on, and I can break out of that. But by having this condition here, I can break out of my while loop. So basically, there you have it, a number of ways of doing loops within Python version 3. I hope that has been useful to you in answering section C of the OCR GCSE syllabus, and enjoy coding. Thank you for watching.